You know what I like about this game, MLB The Show, is that it includes history. It includes history of the game. Right now, as I speak to you, I am taking batting practice with Ted Williams, one of the greatest left handed hitters of all time, the last player to hit 400, 406 precisely, in Major League Baseball. And I think he did that around 1946. I can't remember if it was before he went to go fight in World War II, which he would. Many ball players did in the 40s. I can't remember if he did. He might have did it in 41 before he went to go fight in the war. I should look some of this stuff up before I come on and start talking about it, right? Anyways, it was either right before or right after World War II, where he hit 406 for the year. The last time a Major League Baseball player has hit 406. A few players have gotten close. Tony Gwynn, George Brett, I think Ichiro Suzuki. Those are probably the three, maybe with Rod Carew, three best pure hitters for just talking about average wise since Ted Williams. But Ted Williams also hit with a lot of power, as did George Brett, to be fair. But Ted Williams, you could make a very strong argument that he is the greatest hitter of all time. Anyways, this game includes history, and I'm taking batting practice with Ted Williams. And I'm hitting off Roger Clemens, somebody I grew up watching, who was the guy when I was a kid. He was the ace of baseball when I was a kid. But what's also interesting about the history of this game is the stadiums. And right now, I am warming up in Scheib Stadium. Scheib Stadium no longer exists. It has been demolished, but it did exist in Philadelphia from around the 19 teens, probably early 19 teens, till about 1970. It's the former home, Scheib Park, of the Philadelphia Athletics. This is where the A's officially began so many years ago in Philadelphia, and their home stadium was Scheib Park. And as the A's do, they left Philadelphia. At first, they went for Kansas City. I think they moved to Kansas City in 1958, and then came to Oakland in 1968, and then are now will play tomorrow on Monday their first game in Sacramento here in 2025. So the Athletics as an organization, as I'm in Oakland, and as much as I'm sorry to see the A's leave, even though I'm not an A's fan, I've never been an A's fan. Still sorry to see them leave, though. I like the Coliseum. I know it's not a popular stadium, but the way I like to see it is it's an old stadium. It really is run down when you go to it. It's old school. And if you're from the San Francisco Bay Area, as I am, you grew up at the Coliseum, not just for A's games, but a lot of people's first concerts were there. The Oakland Raiders, who are no longer here, used to play there. The Oakland it's a shame this game doesn't have the Oakland Coliseum in it anymore, because I used to like playing with the Oakland Coliseum, being that my team is the Oakland Larks, which was Oakland's Negro League team in 1946. I even have a Oakland Larks jersey coming to me here in the mail in the next few days. I ordered it specially, so I'm looking forward. I will wear it in this stream to match my team. Anyways, I'm going off on all kinds of tangents once again here. But this is Shibe Park, which is interesting because this is where the Philadelphia A's played. And I just heard a great story about Shibe Park a few days ago. It was the 1931 World Series, and it was the St. Louis Cardinals against the Philadelphia Athletics. And 1931, we're now a couple of years into the Great Depression, really desperate economic times for the country. And it's game 3, and as was common back in the day, the president would come and throw an opening, the first pitch at a World Series game, at least one of them. And in game 3, Herbert Hoover, who was the president at the time, came to the stadium to throw out the first pitch and then stayed to watch the game. And it was common for presidents back in the day to attend a World Series game and maybe attend multiple games. But Herbert Hoover walks into Shibe Park and he just starts getting booed the entire time. Remember, people are in pretty desperate straits here, desperate circumstances because of the economy. And as the game goes on, the crowd starts to chant. And they didn't chant, "We want jobs. We want jobs." That's not even what they chanted. What they chanted was, "We want beer. We want beer. We want beer." The whole damn stadium, I might be exaggerating a little bit here, but practically the whole damn stadium started chanting during the World Series as President Herbert Hoover was in attendance, "We want beer." And that's because in 1931, prohibition was still the law of the land. It had been outlawed by the 18th Amendment to the Constitution about 11, 12 years earlier. And so prohibition still law of the land, and you couldn't have beer at a baseball game. Imagine that. So the crowd's chanting, "We want beer, we want beer." Of course, Herbert Hoover, a year later, would lose his reelection bid to Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And one of the first things that FDR did was get the ball rolling to repeal the 18th Amendment to the Constitution. And then we end up getting the 21st Amendment to the Constitution that undid the prohibition of alcohol in the United States. That's why a lot of bars, you may notice, call themselves the 21st Amendment. That was the amendment that undid the 18th Amendment, making alcohol legal once again. But anyways, I thought that was a good story about Shibe Park. The crowd, again, desperate economic times, huge unemployment rate. It's really a couple of years now into the Great Depression. And instead of chanting, we want jobs, or anything else, they chanted, "We want beer." And then again, FDR, when FDR comes into power after I think he even before they overturned the 18th Amendment, I think he even basically signed some kind of executive order to not vigorously go after people who are making alcohol. And I think he said something to the effect of, "Happy days are here again." Anyways, welcome back to the Tao of Baseball. This is a channel where we're going to talk about life and philosophy and baseball, and we're going to do it through the vehicle to do all this is this video game, which is also a baseball simulator, I like to call it, called MLB The Show. And this year is going to be the third year that I'm playing. And when I say that, what I really mean is that I play competitively online. I don't play well at all. If you've seen any of the previous streams, you know that. Though I don't think anyone has, but that's okay. But as you can see why. But this is the third year playing. I'm a terrible hitter, but I've improved steadily over time. My first year, I hit my entire batting average for my entire team was 181, which is not good at all. It's just terrible. That's what a pitcher would hit when pitchers used to hit in the National League. The year after that, my team hit 241, which is not very good, especially on this game, but, not so far from what teams today are hitting. But if you were a 241 hitter, you better be good defensively or something. Your main attribute better not be just the bat. But it was an improvement. This year, I want to see if I can get to the legend difficulty. I've gotten close before, maybe a few wins away. I'm a decent pitcher. I'm good at baseball strategy, but I'm not very good at hitting. But I'm trying to improve this year. And the way I'm trying to improve is see if we can apply some philosophy. And one of the things I am doing is I am reading and thinking about the principles that were written in a book that was written about what? 400 years ago by a Japanese samurai warrior, Miyamoto Musashi, who is the great Japanese sword fighter of all time. And he writes this book called The Book of Five Rings. And in it, he outlines his philosophy and his techniques towards sword fighting. What's really cool about the book, and he says this straight up, that while he is talking about sword fighting, his principles could be used for anything that requires craft and skill, and especially when it comes to competition. And so, could use it, as I've said before, in basketball, using baseball, obviously. And I'm going to see if I can use it to A, talk about it, and then B, see if we can somehow adopt these principles in order to become a better hitter. And so previously, yesterday, we used this principle about rhythm. He wrote that there's rhythm in everything, and you need to know the rhythms of doing well and the rhythms of not doing well, and know that they can change. You need to know your rhythms, and you also need to know the rhythms of your opponent. And you also need to make sure to disguise your own rhythm so that your rhythm doesn't give your opponent an idea of what you're about to do next. But rhythm is important because when you move in rhythm, you move effortlessly. And that's what you need to be able to do in competition. You need to be able to do all the training that you did ahead of time, all the muscle memory that you gained in practice and footwork and in batting and all of these things. Once you apply them to the actual real setting, to the competition, the real competition, you won't have time to really think about what to do, whether it's to swing at a pitch or to take a pitch or, whatever it is. You just got to do it, and you just have to react. And the best way to do that is to know the rhythm, because as you know, you've all danced. When you get into a rhythm, it just comes to you. You know where the next proper movement is. So yesterday we were talking about the importance of rhythm. Today's reading, and this is just going to be 2 paragraphs. I'm not going to try to make this too long. Today's is about the state of the mind and how important it is to always have a calm mind, an aware mind, and not get taken up in the moment and not be stressed out, which will utterly destroy the proper functioning of your mind, and how you must remain with a calm mind at all times, regardless of the situation. So he writes this: state of mind in martial arts. In the science of martial arts, the state of mind should remain the same as normal in ordinary circumstances, as well as when practicing martial arts. Let there be no change at all, with the mind open and direct, neither tense nor lax, centering the mind so that there is no imbalance. Calmly relax your mind and savor this moment of ease thoroughly so that the relaxation does not stop its relaxation for even an instant. Even when still, your mind is not still. Even when hurried, your mind is not hurried. The mind is not dragged by the body is not dragged by the mind. Pay attention to the mind, not the body. Let there be insufficient nor excess in your mind. Even if superficially weak-hearted, be inwardly strong-hearted. And do not let others see into your mind. So, again, I notice this most if I start struggling and hitting, which is often, and I'll get discouraged, and my mind will become basically my enemy throughout the rest of the game. I think that's what happened yesterday's in the game that we lost yesterday. I was probably also distracted because I just talked too much. But I also really notice it. And if you play this game, you'll notice it too. When you have a runner on third base with less than 2 outs, and all you need to basically do is just kind of hit the ball, you know, a decent fly ball, kind of really easy to score the runner from third if you could just hit the ball, but you know your opponent's going to do everything that they can to try to strike you out, and you'll just feel tense. I'll feel tense. I'll feel a lot of pressure at that moment, and it impedes my ability to do what needs to be done, get the runner in. So this is about, and again, it doesn't have to be just baseball or this video game, which I think is a baseball simulator when it comes to the process of hitting. But it could be anything. Anything. It's about how you keep yourself from getting flustered during intense and important moments. It could be applied anywhere. We're trying to see if we could apply it to this game. So let's go play a game. Our record now is 3-2. We're not rated very high. Yesterday's game, I gave up 6 runs in the first inning, which was disappointing. It was my debut of Greg Maddux, who I think is a fantastic pitcher, but I just had a terrible first inning. Afterwards, we held our own, but never able to come back from a 6-run deficit in that game. I think because we're early on in the season, a lot of good players are still lowly rated as well. So these lowly rated games, which I am now playing, you could find yourself coming up with against a really good player. And that's what's been going on. Well, at least that's what I like to tell myself. I like to play at center field, though there's some others too. Shibe Park, I would love to play at Shibe Park. I like Shibe Park a lot, except you see some of the crowd behind the pitcher, and some of the crowd, those in attendance, cartoons, whatever, they'll have a white shirt on, and it's harder to see the ball as it's released from the pitcher's hand. This is also a problem with Fenway Park in this game, which is too bad because Fenway Park's classic stadium as well. I like to play at night, actually. All right. But anyways, City Center Field, where I play a lot of games, though I might make my way to another stadium later, reminds me of Oakland's Raimondi Field, which is an old ballpark, more than 100 years old. We're going to pitch Jake Arrieta today. And it was a place where it's where our lone remaining baseball team. I shouldn't say lone remaining. We have a community college, Laney Eagles, that play baseball out here. We're going to be on the road again. We're going up against Garrett Crochet, hard throwing left-hander. Anyways, Ray Raimondi Park is where our independent minor league baseball team, the Oakland Ballers, play. And we're not going to play at the stadium that I like to play at, but kind of City Center reminds me of that. My opponent's 3-1. Look at that. He's hitting 360, or she's hitting 360. Has a high ERA. Okay. We're not going to talk as much. We're going to try not to talk as much, because we need to really see if we can do better today than we did yesterday. Going to take pitches early on. Try to find some of the tendencies of my opponent. Also get a sense of Crochet's release point. Cool Papa Bell. Stole 175 bases one year in the Negro Leagues. Played with the Pittsburgh Crawfords, which was one of the great teams. One of the great teams of the Negro Leagues. Also in Pittsburgh, yeah. That was a ball, but close. Close enough to swing.
Batting second, the second baseman, Travis Santana. Ball. Counts 1-0. Inside ball. Two balls, one strike.
Missed it with the PCI entirely. Now it was early. Got to lay off that high
Two
fastball.
balls, two strikes. Batting third, the center fielder, number 32, Walker Jenkins.
I want to pinch hit. Darn it. Against lefties, I'd like to bring in Willie Mays.
Pitch hitting, Willie Mays. All one.
Is that inside? Right there. Okay.
Ball two.
Ah.
He's set.
Ted Williams. Oh, my goodness. Just bad location, or it could have been a hit, but it hit it right to the shortstop. All right. Need to calm down. I don't think I have a clear mind. We're going to have to work on that. Jake Arrieta. Again, another retired player. I like old players. I like retired players. I like players from history on this game. So even if it's not advantageous, I usually take the old timers.
The second baseman, Travis Santana. Hey. All one's the count. Batting second, the center fielder, Willie Mays.
Willie Mays. They didn't make his card so great here at the beginning of the year. Hopefully, we get a better Willie Mays later. I brought him in because he's good against left-handed hitters, but he's not so great against right-handed hitters.
Batting third, the left fielder, Jorge Soler.
This guy is swing happy. See if we can get him to ground into another out. Nope. It's okay. 2-out single.
Batting fourth, the designated
Let's
hitter,
not throw the slider for a strike again.
Schwarber.
He's very swing happy.
0-1.
Ooh.
Hey.
I am messing up on the PCI.
Two strikes.
You know, I never practiced the PCI. Just hitting. That's probably why Greg Maddux gave up 6 runs yesterday in the first inning. All right.
Leading off for the A's, the shortstop.
Last inning, I got Garrett Crochet to throw 15 pitches. That is my goal. other than scoring runs, is trying to get my opponent's pitcher to throw a bunch of pitches. I probably should have took that.
Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 3, Bryce Harper.
Just looking at inside hard stuff. Gotta see the ball better. Did I say I have to see the ball better?
That's a ball.
You may know that's what I'm looking for. He knows that that's what I'm looking for. So he gave me high and inside fastballs. I bet you he's now going to go back outside again. Yep. I was a little bit early on it. Again, you got to learn the rhythm of your opponent.
Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 30, Kyle Tucker.
Yep.
Oh, that's up there. Got it.
All right. He might change it, but I do know his strategy for left-handed hitters. He's not going to give me anything hard on the inside. I wish I took more pitches that inning, though. I'm just going to kill this guy with a sinker. Well, no, who he was playing. Well, I shouldn't speak too soon. I'm definitely feeling more confident pitching against this guy.
0-1.
Yeah. He took that first pitch because he thought he was going to, and I knew he was going to take that pitch. Let's get him with a high fastball away. Ooh. I got lucky there. Cool Papa Bell with the catch.
Batting seventh, the shortstop, Carson Williams.
Let's not throw that slider for a strike. Let's throw it again. Yeah, this guy's just swinging at everything.
No balls, 2 strikes.
See if he'll go for a curveball. Yes, he will. All right, he's giving up the game. Now, he may turn it around. He may become more disciplined a little bit later. That can happen. But right now, he's just swinging at everything, which I understand because sometimes I do too.
Leading off for the
All right,
the catcher.
we're going to bring on Ivan Rodriguez. How do we do it? I don't know, like the fastest way to do this. Okay, we'll just take this pitch. Good.
Ball, that's off the
Get a
plate.
ball. Let's go ahead and bring in. I didn't know how to do it quicker. Usually you can just
Now coming in to pinch hit, Ivan Rodriguez.
they've changed some of the controls from the previous game. I'm still trying to learn them. Okay. Get some pitches again.
Ball, that's inside. Ball, that's out.
Okay. Looking breaking pitch.
Ball four.
Lead off walk. There's so few walks in this game. It's always kind of a huge accomplishment when you get one. It's too bad.
The left fielder, number 9, Cool Papa Bell.
Cool Papa Bell.
Ball, that fits it out.
He taught and he mentored Lou Brock in how to steal bases.
Ball,
Just good to know.
2 balls, no strikes.
Take this pitch too.
Hey. No, inside. Hey.
I'm going to hit and run here, try to make something happen.
Bounce ball. Runner, runner, runner.
Oh,
Hey. He's out.
stayed out of the double play.
The batter, the second baseman, Travis Quintana.
We know he's coming to the outside. Told me he's not going to catch it. I feel like I got robbed there. I even did the what's that function called? Ambush hitting to the outside. They don't give me anything in this game. This happened yesterday too.
Philadelphia, the right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
Never let him know what you're going to do. So this might be easy enough. He's swinging. Let's go up in a hard one. Ooh, looks like it hit the strike zone to me. Even though he's swinging at a lot of balls, you still have to throw strikes to give him bait, as Greg Maddux likes to say. You still got to put the bait out there. Oh, did he just take a pitch? He's not going to take 2 pitches because you don't think that I would be willing to throw 2 balls in a row. That's right. Let's do it again. He might take this one, but that's okay. He's trying to adjust. He's trying to adjust right now. I'm a step ahead of him. He may be a better player than me, even. He may be able to hit better, whatever it is, but like my last at bat there, I should have got a hit with that and a run score. Because I can read him right now. It doesn't mean I'll be able to read him the whole game. In fact, the more I talk, probably the more I'm hurting myself. Oof. That's all right. We got Willie Mays out there. All right. Delco Doobies. Like as in the Doobie Brothers?
Leading off for the A's,
Or as in
center
a,
fielder,
a joint?
May.
All right. Come on. How many pitches has this guy thrown? 39. Wish he had a, we need him to throw a few more.
Ball, that's it.
I was looking fastball there.
He's out. The bat, number 9.
We know it's coming.
Designated hitter, Ted Williams.
Wish I didn't swing at that.
0-1's the count.
Just late. Didn't hit it hard, but hit it in the right spot. That's baseball. You could barely hit the ball and still be rewarded. Why am I swinging?
0-1.
Need to calm down. Oh man, he's almost out of.
Ball 1.
He's almost out of energy. I didn't realize he was so low on energy.
That's ball 2.
He is just bound and determined not to throw me a strike, and I'm enabling it.
First baseman, number 3.
I am enabling it.
Harper. Ball, that's out.
Ooh. Wasn't expecting that.
That's a ball.
Okay. Give this guy credit. He's adjusting. I still think he's going outside.
3.
I hope he sees this video. He'll know I have egg on my face for that. That was good. I'm going to give him credit right there.
Leading off for the
I didn't know he would
center
do throw 3 pitches inside. So that's pretty good. Now we go a little farther in.
That's off the plate. Ball 2. That's ball
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on here?
The count is ball.
Ah,
Ball 4. Take the base.
I walked him. I don't know. That pitch was on the corner.
Now batting, the left fielder, Jorge Soler.
Remember I said I had this guy? That's over now. I don't know if he's going to catch it. Yes, he is. Got lucky there. So this is when the pressure's on him.
Third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Ooh, I meant to throw a ball. I'm not throwing good pitches from the stretch. I was willing to walk him there, load the bases, create a potential double play.
One ball, one strike.
Pressure's on.
That's ball two.
I'm willing to walk him. No. He didn't even hit it well. He didn't even hit it well. He just hit it in the right spot. Damn. Look at that. It was a ball. Look, it wasn't even a strike. I don't get the breaks in this game.
No ball, two strikes. Three.
I shouldn't have been talking shit earlier about having him. That's what I should have been doing. All right. I got to clear the mind, get this idea that for some reason this game is against me out of my mind. I still think he's coming outside. Or is he going to replace him now? Okay. All right, brother. Let's go. Fastball, screwball, cutter. Remember, he doesn't like to throw strikes.
That's in. Ball two.
It's okay. Ready for it.
Three balls, two strikes.
A pop-up. It's all right.
That's a ball.
It's like an automatic take.
Ball that's outside. Yeah. Two balls, one strike. The batter, the third baseman, Sherry
Devin Williams must have great
Pendleton.
hit per nine because my PCI is really small.
Nope. Ball one.
Of course it's foul.
Nope. 2-1.
Got the call there.
Ball three. Three balls, one strike. Count full.
Oh my goodness.
No, you're out. Ball. Ball two.
Another base hit up the middle. I got lucky there.
Now batting, the second baseman, Travis Badana.
Just does not throw strikes on the first pitch. Is it going to get through? Nope. Caught him by surprise. That was great stuff. I messed up though. That was a complete error. Of course, I'm not gonna swing at the first pitch. How does he have all these supercharged players? We knew you weren't. We knew it, brother. Go. Why? Why is? I do not know why he paused.
Three balls, one strike. Now batting, designated hitter. Yeah, Williams.
I don't think he's coming inside. Too far outside, though. My bad. Well, I know. Why didn't? I don't think anyone's watching. Why didn't I take that first pitch? He hasn't thrown a single strike as a first pitch the entire game. I was not thinking. All right. Tied the game, though. I knew he was taking that pitch. I think it's better to take the first pitch than the third strike, brother. On it. So you're trying to think along with him. It's a cat and mouse game. Or has it game theory, right? The old theory that sort of said to govern Cold War strategy between the Soviet Union and the United States. Basically, the game theory is, I know what your best move is, and I know that I know what your next best move is, and so on and so on and so on, right? And how far do you go in that process to finally decide what you're going to do as part of your strategy? And that's how pitching is done. Pitching and hitting. Yeah, there's no reason for me I'm not going to give him a strike at all at this at bat. There's no reason to. Just do it again.
Counts 1-0.
Thinks I'm going to come in now with this sinker. Good for him. Still not going to give in.
Ball 3.
Ooh. I got lucky there. Thought about walking him, but I thought he might be taking there. So you see he's adjusting now. He just got under that ball, though. Hit it too high.
Leading off for the A's, the shortstop, Adrian Beltre.
Okay, let's not swing at the first pitch.
Ball.
Great advice.
Ball. That's inside. Hey. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball 3.
It's my bad for missing that one. Why do I feel like we're playing like at some high level here? Pitch is coming quick. All right, so we know he's not throwing it here. No, he wasn't throwing a strike there. I have 5 hits, just 1 run.
Now pitching.
All right. What did I say about swinging at the first pitch?
Ball 1's the count. I got a ball, 1 strike.
Like, let's look at some. Let's look at something. Let's look at all of his pitches, all matchups. How many strikes there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not very many. What's the count? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, I feel like we're playing on Hall of Fame level again or something all of a sudden. Huh. I throw it again.
No balls, 2 strikes. Now batting, left fielder, Jorge Soler.
Oh, he was jammed.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber. Now batting, the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Jake Arrieta's really good.
Inside, ball 1.
Another jam shot.
The first baseman, number 25, Anthony Santander.
We need to be doing better at hitting. I mean, I'm not a good hitter, but I know I'm better than this.
Leading off for the Farmers, the catcher, Ivan
Okay.
Rodriguez.
He's got right-handed versus right-handers. Looks like he comes inside. Boy, we've only had, one at bat of a right-hander versus a right-hander? All right, let's get ready for it. Let's get ready for some inside heat. No. Okay. Inside heat. So, does he think I'm looking for it? Oh my God. It's like when you're ready but not ready. You could just for a split second be not ready.
Now batting, third baseman, Terry Pendleton.
Is this guy really not going to throw me a first pitch strike? Oh, there it was. No.
The left fielder, number 9, Cool Papa Bell. Oh, that's just out. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
I hit that one pretty well. Not great PCI, but damn it.
Leading off for the Irish, the shortstop, Carson.
The philosophy is going to take a minute to kick into work. Too far, right?
The right fielder, number 30, Kyle Tucker. Home one's the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Now batting, the catcher, Hilton Rushing.
He's going to take this one. Nope. That might be the last inning for Arrieta. I need to lock in here. We need to lock in and score a run. Perfect for a single, of course, because that's how it always happens. It's how it always happens. Let's go. Let's still obey. Let's just do it. Should have been able to hit that. Gotta make contact.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Gotta make contact. It's looking fastball inside.
The bat, number 9. Designated hitter. Ted Williams. He's out. Now batting, shortstop Adrian Beltre.
Ah, you knew that was coming.
0-1's the count. Ball.
Stay fair. A miracle. Uh-oh, no one there. Is he going to get there? Nope.
He's safe. The right fielder, number 30, Ty Supper. Now pitching.
I know it's coming.
Scott. Ball. Ball 1, no strikes.
How did I miss that?
1-1.
I know how. I'm not used to putting my PCI out there.
One ball, 2 strikes. He's out.
I give him some credit. He went inside on me again there when I was purely thinking outside. All right, we got to lock down this win. Who are we going to bring in? Do we bring in anyone else? Do we see if Arrieta can give us one more inning? I think we see. If it was just a 1-run lead, I think I would bring in a reliever.
Hey. 0-2.
All right, I think we're going to get our first appearance in the 9th inning of Mason Miller, unless I score some more runs here and make it unnecessary. But I haven't been able to use Mason Miller yet.
Leading off for the A's, the catcher, Ivan Rodriguez.
Okay, let's. Of course. So we just make it easy for him.
The left fielder, number 9, Cool Papa Bell.
We're running with Cool Papa Bell. Maybe the greatest base stealer of all time. He was in attendance when Lou Brock broke the record for stolen bases. We're going right here. Cool Papa Bell. Again, Lou Brock credited going again. That was just gratuitous stuff, but that's okay. I'm just not locked in right now at hitting. But I got great pleasure of getting a couple stolen bases by Cool Papa Bell. They say he's so fast he stole first base. So how do we? Oh, I guess it's that. I see. All right, time to debut Mason Miller.
Now pitching, Mason Miller.
Start him off with a changeup that he can hit. Time for the fastball. See if he can hit it. No, sir. I started off with those breaking pitches because I want it in his mind that he could get a breaking pitch. Let's do 2 fastballs right in the same place. Let him know I have him. Should we do it a third time? We have a 2-run lead. I see why not. Ooh. So Miyamoto Musashi has a rule. Only rarely do you do a move twice in a row. Never, ever a third time. I thought for sure I had won this game. I'm still up. No more fastballs for you, brother. You've murdered that last home run, that last ball. All right, let's do some more fastballs. Just not 3 times in a row in one place. All right. No reason to throw another fastball.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Victory. All right. Success. Not a great hitting game, though. We need to do better at this hitting thing. It's kind of frustrating. The rule of Musashi today was about mind, and I think I've not been at the right mind. I can lock in, and I haven't been able to lock in yet. And maybe because I'm doing this stream and nobody's watching. But still, there's this idea that somebody's going to see it at some time, and it gets into your head. It gets into your head when you think others are are listening or watching, and then you become hyper aware of what it might be like for someone else to watch you or listen to you. And what you got to do, and this is what broadcasters have to do, they have to get that out of their mind. They can't have that sense because then it'll distract them and it'll trip them up. You just have to be able to lock in and focus. So tomorrow, when we play again, we're really going to try to focus. Until then, bye-bye.